What's up, guys? Welcome back to a video. Alright, and now we have the patch notes. Alright, we're gonna go through this real quick. Heroes who sense danger with their spotter sense and defeat their enemies with spotter webs have been upgraded. Agents join the spotter men's now. Scarlet Spider, who is turned into Chasm, has acquired Tier 3. Spider-Man, who has faced his original self, has acquired Tier 4. In addition, a Rat Knight has succeeded in controlling his new personality using the technologies of 2099 and has acquired potential transcendence together with the Infinity Warps team. So a Rat Knight is the heroic quest character for 750 crystals. Alright, let's get into it. Alright, now this patch is going to be in waves. So if you can do World Boss Legends, don't do World Boss Legends until the patch. That way you can start working on your potential for Spider-Man. Alright, so getting 3 new uniforms. We're getting Spider-Man back to basics. Alright, so speed. Uniform is going to be 1,050 crystals. Alright, we're going to get into the skills. His uniform effect. Crit rate increase 30%. Dodge rate 30%. Exclude bosses, ignore. Enemy damage decreased by 50%. Okay. Alright, his tier 3 skill has web, 25% ignore defense, ignore target dodge by 25%, invincibility, removes all debuffs, and a frenzy buff. Alright, his 4-star passive gives him a 30% heal, invincibility, and ignore targeting. That's pretty dope. Alright, tier 2 passive. Guaranteed dodge rate and increases basic damage dealt to supervillain by 60%. Alright, his first skill has stun, second skill has web, third skill has stun, silence, and then attack proc, increase basic attack by 50%. His fourth skill has ignore iframe for PvP, obviously. It has web, 30% heal on this skill, 70% chance to penetrate, accumulation, 1.2%, which is pretty good. And alright, it's damage taken. Well, hold up. No, damage dealt. I'm sorry, damage dealt. Alright. Fifth skill is stun, web, invincible, and attack proc. Well, a frenzy buff. He has a frenzy buff on the 5. Alright. A Rat Knight, aka a Rat Knight 2099, is a speed character. Uniform's 1,050. So technically you have to spend 1,800 for the character, get the character and get the uniform. Alright, his uniform effect increases chain hit damage by 15%. He has super armor, all defense by 40. He has a leader, guardian dimension leader. Alright, so they changed the leadership and it applies to all the Infinity Warp teams. Alright, we're gonna get into the Infinity Warps. And as you can see, it increases all basic attack by 45%. There are 1 allies in battle, 55% for 2, and 65% for 3. Kind of like the Drax leadership with the combats. Alright, his 4-star passive has a 40% heal and ignore dodge rate. His tier 2 passive has a guaranteed dodge rate, crit rate, and skill damage bonus damage. His first skill has bleed, second skill has stun and web, paralysis, and a barrier. Third skill has bleed, silence, paralysis, 30% heal, and a frenzy buff. Fourth skill has a 100% chance to grant all damage immunity and attack proc. Increase basic damage by 90% for 1 attack. His fifth skill has bleed, web, paralysis, all defense down, 20% chance to penetrate, invincibility, and another attack buff increases all basic attacks by 40%. Alright, Chasm is another speed, but he's a villain. Uniform's 1,050. Alright, his uniform effect increases chain hit damage. Ignore target dodge rate by 15% and decreases basic damage by 20. 4-star passive increases all basic attack by 35% and it's just for him. Here's a tier 2 passive, Assault of the Spider-Man. Applies to allies with the spider senses. Increases basic damage to supervillain by 40. Increases basic damage dealt to superheroes by 35. And skill damage bonus damage. Alright. His second skill, he has web and removes active buff for target. Third skill has ignore iframe with stun, silence, barrier, and accumulation with a 0.9%. So that's okay, damage dealt. Alright. Fourth skill has web, all defense down, and a 25% heal with a 100% chance to grant all damage immunity with an attack proc. Increase basic damage by 60% for one attack. His fifth skill has burn, web, fracture, invincible, and a frenzy buff. Alright, Scarlet Spider's tier 3 skill is identity breakdown, and when I seen it, it was pretty cool. So he has web, 80% chance to penetrate, and a frenzy buff. So we're gonna get into the tier 3 right here. And he has 2 extra clones. Alright, and then shooting spider webs everywhere. He's going into a frenzy. That's pretty dope, though. I like that. That's a pretty cool tier 3 skill. Alright, Spider-Man's tier 4 is Hero's Responsibility. Alright, and it removes active buff from target, web, and then it has an attack buff on it. Increases all basic attack by 80%. Alright, now this is where it gets good. The Infinity Warps teams are Rat Knight, Iron Hammer, Ghost Panther, and Weapon Hex. So they're all finally getting transcended. Alright, now I'm gonna get into this. Rat Knight, they're all gonna be cancelable if you think about it, because they're all the same transcended skills. But Rat Knight's is Web Tsunami, Iron Hammer is Thunderbreak, Ghost Panther is King's Flame, and Weapon Hex is Chaos Slicer. So when I looked at this one, it was pretty cool too. Alright. As you see, Rat Knight was right there warming up while the other 3 came through Weapon Hex's portals, and they are just going crazy. That is wild. So, with a Rat Knight, as you see, he's warming up. Alright, and they're just sprinting everywhere. Alright, and then he's coming down with the fist and spider webs. Alright, Iron Hammer. Alright. Like I said, just the same. And then he comes down with the hammer and gives him lightning damage. Ghost Panther, the same. Let's see what he does. Alright, he comes down with the fist also. And then you have Weapon Hex. And she comes down her claws, and let's see what it gives. Mind control. Okay, they're mind controlled. So that's pretty dope for their awakening skill, though. That's pretty cool. Alright, the artifacts. Scarlet Spider, he's getting to all allies with spider senses, 50% chance to remove all debuffs, and an attack buff increases all basic attack by 10%. So it's kind of more like a PvP, maybe AC for like the Spider-Verse characters. Or you could probably use them in timeline once, like Jean Grey and them are banned. You could do like a little Spider-Verse team. Alright, a Rat Knight has 15% chance to dodge all attacks. Ignores non-boss enemy damage decreased by 10%. All right, Iron Hammer increases lightning damage by 30% and of lightning resist. And he has increased basic damage dealt to supervillain faction by 15%. Ghost Panther has increased fire damage by 30 of fire resist and increases basic damage dealt to supervillains by 15%. And Weapon Hex has mind damage and it increases basic damage dealt to supervillains by 15%. So they're more or less like they're gonna be little support characters anyway. Iron Hammer, Ghost Panther, and Weapon Hex. Okay, so other improvements and changes. The Infinity Warp's ability has been added in Team. So all the Infinity Warp characters, Rat Knight, Iron Hammer, Ghost Panther, and Weapon Hex are getting their own tags. Alright, Rat Knight's ability, Weapon Master, has been changed to Infinity Warps. So he had the Weapon Master's tag because he was part Moon Knight. Iron Hammer, ability Magic has been changed to Infinity Warps. The Infinity Warp's ability has been added to Ghost Panther, and Weapon Hex's agility has been changed to Infinity Warps. So we look forward to your active participation in the events that will be held to support the updated heroes. Now, with that being said, with the characters, most of these are free to play. The only ones that you have to get for crystals is going to be a Rat Knight because you have to get him through the heroic quest. But the rest of them are kind of free to play. So I'm going to get into this real quick. All right, like I said, a Rat Knight, you get him through the heroic quest for 750 crystals. All right, Iron Hammer, free to play. All you gotta do, get him ball metrics. All right, then Ghost Panther, you can get him. He's gonna be a 20 ball metric daily character, but you can also get him in dimension missions. So you can get him in dimension missions, and then Weapon Hex. She's gonna be in the 20 X Genes daily, but you can also get her in the dimension missions also. Now with the dimension mission for the X-Men, all right, let's see. Like I said, see, you have to get Ghost Panther, get Spider-Man 2099, you get Weapon Hex. Yeah, that's the only ones you get out of there. Ghost Panther and Weapon Hex. And if you get all the way to, if you're on level 110, you get the X-Men chest, and they also have Weapon Hex in here also. So you can be guaranteed a Weapon Hex bios right there to unlock her. So she's kind of free to play. All right, so the characters, Ghost Panther is basically going to be the best support in the game because his leadership also increases fire damage by 30% to all allies, but it's his tier 2 passive. It increases fire damage by 50%, increases basic damage dealt to supervillains by 45%, and decreases damage received by supervillains by 15%. So Ghost Panther is really going to be the support character right here. All right. And then Iron Hammer. His leadership, as you can see, has decreased skill cooldown, which is good if you don't have a lot of skill cooldown on your cards. Increases energy attack and lightning damage, so you can use him with Thor. But his tier 2 passive is for itself. But basically just a leadership, really, just for lightning attack. So you could kind of make it work with Thor. But really, Beta Ray builds a little bit better leadership than Iron Hammer. Weapon Hex. Her tier 2 passive is for herself, which is a frenzy buff and increases all buffs. Her 4-star passive is to all allies with summons, which there's no reason to use her for a support or anything. And she has dodge rate increased by 6% and decreases debuff for 24% to all allies. But what I came to the conclusion with Ghost Panther, Iron Hammer, and Weapon Hex, they're going to be like in the All War for the story mode because they're all elemental characters. So really the top 3 in this update is going to be Scarlet Spider, aka Chasm, because he's getting to tier 3. And he has an awesome tier 2 passive for the Spider-Verse characters, even though he's going to be a villain. Then the Rat Knight is getting a total makeover, so that's pretty cool. And then Ghost Panther. Ghost Panther is really going to be the support character in this update. So if you got him, if you got a Mega Tier 2 ticket, go ahead and Tier 2 him, Mega Tier 2 him, and just start trying to get him Transcendent. So there's a lot of Transcendents here. It's going to be 4 Transcendents and a tier 3 character. And we just got Miles, speed tier 3. And as you can see with my books, I only have 3 speed books. But I have some in my inbox. And you can see I only have 4, so I'm 3 short. So maybe, just maybe, I can get some speed books. So if that happens, I'm going to go ahead and tier 3 Spider-Man, Scarlet Spider for you. And then I'm going to go ahead and start working on the 4 Transcendent characters also. But I'm really excited for Ghost Panther because they've been in the game since 2018 or 2019, somewhere in there. So let me know what you guys think about the patch notes, the characters in them. Make sure you smash that like button, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Take care.